Okay, I'm in my spot. It's a beautiful morning. You'll probably hear cars going by. But it's Thursday. It's my day to do the staff thought. And with everything going on in the world, I was like all over the place trying to figure out what to talk about. But I feel like this is where I landed because the world is on fire and everything is in such disarray. I needed something to kind of hold me in place. You've probably heard me tell this story before. When I was in seminary a long time ago, to do this, to become a professional Christian, as I always call it, my sister died from cancer, 18-month battle. And it was utterly devastating to me. My sister and I were only 15 months apart. Age-wise, we were super close. And I know that my parents did everything possible to try to get her well, to try to heal her. Took her to all sorts of places. They had people pray over her, and she still died. And everything that I thought I knew about God, and I wasn't like a long-term Christian understanding of who God was. I was still trying to figure things out. But the little bit I knew, her death didn't fit it. And all those things I thought I could trust in God just vanished. And God felt really far away because, like, what purpose does he serve? God just kind of hovers over and everything happens the way it's going to happen, and you just kind of deal. But that was really tough. And then just a few years ago, how it all ended in my previous church, some my responsibility, and I'm claiming that and working through that, and some just some unhealthy systems within the church. Again, devastating. And this was just a few years ago. I mean, I've been doing this a long time. And for that to happen, and my understanding of who God was and how he worked, again, just fell apart. And God felt distant. I didn't know what was going on. It was really hard. And I didn't know what to do. I listened to a couple people talk about the road to Emmaus story. And kind of looking at it in a new understanding. These two men were leaving Jerusalem and walking toward Emmaus. They were leaving the place that represented a relationship with God, Jerusalem. It's where they were grounded. It's where all that they believed in was centered. And after the death of Jesus, it's also the place where devastation and discouragement is centered too. So this place that represented everything that they knew and understood about God also became this place that dismantled their faith, and they were leaving it. And I get that. Sometimes things happen in our life that are so traumatic that we have to walk away, and that's what they were doing. And we know the story. They're walking. This man pulls up alongside of them, asks them why so downcast, and they're like, "What? Haven't you heard what happened in Jerusalem?" They tell this man, Jesus, the story of Jesus, and how they've lost their faith. They walk together. They asked if Jesus would stay and eat with them. They break bread, and then he disappears. And they realize that in their discouragement, in their abandoning of their faith, in their leaving the place that represented all that they believed, that they weren't alone. That is incredible in the amount of comfort that it provides me. That the death of my sister and me walking away spiritually for a while, even though I was in seminary. And what happened to me just a few years ago, and how that it was a tornado that absolutely just tore apart my house. And again, like, okay, God, where are you? That in walking away from the center of what I believed was ultimate truth, that I was never alone. That God was always there. I didn't always feel him. Didn't always get what I felt like I wanted in the moment from him, but he was there. And how I find that encouraging is in this moment with everything going on around us, with COVID and the spike in all the states, and we don't know what that means, and this racial unrest that's addressing systems and structures of injustice that have to be dismantled to create a truly equitable society. a lot of us are asking, and me too, like, okay, God, where are you? How is this world falling apart like it is? And I realize that sometimes the things that I put my faith on do fall apart. But that doesn't mean that God has left me. It's just the way I understood how I thought he was supposed to be. So I don't know what you're dealing with. I don't know what you're facing. I don't know what's going on in your life. But I want you to know that you're not alone. That in my darkest moments, I recognize the presence of God. We are here for you. Your God has not abandoned you. And as bad as things are, we're still in this together. So find encouragement, find hope. Know that this great story in Luke reminds us of the comfort of the presence of God. So, find hope. Have a great day on this beautiful, cooler morning. And we will see you Sunday online.